The next is Tula, which is Libra. He says, Narada, Tula is represented by a man holding a balance in his hand. Its residence includes lanes, bazaars, towns, routes, and buildings. In modern context, it is more a sign of, you can say, business, markets, like the outside world. First is you, and the seventh from you is the opposite, like the outside world. This is the sign that rules your relationships. This is the sign that rules partnerships. This is the most refined sign. This is the sign of choices. And which planet gets exalted here? Saturn.
Saturn, yes.
Saturn gets exalted in this sign. This sign is ruled by Venus. This is the Mool Trikon sign of Venus. Now, as you see, this is a movable sign, airy sign. Venus rules it. Saturn gets exalted here. And Sun, which gets exalted in the first house, or the first Rashi, sorry, the Aries sign, gets debilitated here. Because Sun, being the king, has ego. He's got to be alone. He's got to behave like a leader. But when you come to Libra, it is the house of partnerships. It is the house of relationships. And a king who has a lot of ego, if he brings his ego to the relationships, what will happen to the relationship? If you will bring ego to the relationship, ego in the relationship will ultimately break the relationship or make it sour. You see, if out of the two, one is behaving in a manner that he is throwing his weight around and he is showing his ego, it is not good for the relationship, right? And this is what we see, that Sun, who is exalted in the first sign, gets debilitated in the seventh sign, which is Libra, which is the sign of partnerships. One more thing, that Sun being the ruler or the king, if the king has to rule properly, he cannot listen to people. In the other perspective, you cannot take advices from everybody and ask people that should I do like this? Should I do like this? A king is somebody that he should speak and others should listen. He is the one deciding. So he cannot let people get around him so easily, and that he has to maintain his image, his personality, and he is the one who has to lead. He has to stand by his decisions, whether right or wrong. He is to decide and tell the world that this is what I've decided, you have to follow. The seventh house is the house of public. It is the house of relationship, or sign of public, or the sign of relationships, the marketplaces. Opposite to the first sign. Saturn gets exalted here. Saturn is the planet of democracy. It is people's planet. Saturn is a worker. Is like a regular job worker, and he gets exalted here in the sign of public, in the sign of relationships. Saturn gets exalted here. Saturn is the planet of democracy. Saturn is the voice of people. And Sun signifies anarchy. You understand this difference? Is it clear to you that they are opposite in nature, both the signs? And planets of opposite natures? It's exalted and debilitated? Similarly, or Saturn gets debilitated in first house or in the first Rashi. Saturn gets debilitated in Aries. Because it is a sign opposite to its nature. So Saturn is a people's planet. It cannot lead. It doesn't have that quality. He doesn't have that ego. He cannot command like Sun can. He cannot lead. He doesn't like that environment. Okay, it is a slow planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a slow planet. Getting into a fire sign, a fast-moving sign, a sign where you have to be on your toes all the time and you have to be very, very active. Saturn is not able to perform here, and he gets kind of frustrated by the nature of that sign.
Yeah.
But that's because a sign is the Mool Trikon sign of Mars. Aries is the Mool Trikon sign. Mool Trikon, do you understand the concept of Mool Trikon? You asked me for the Mool Trikon signs. You understand what is the meaning of Mool Trikon?
It's one of the rashis where a planet feels most at home, most performs best.
Yeah, so it is the rashi, or it is the sign which is matching the nature of the planet.
Right.
When you say mool means roots.
Yeah.
Like roots of the tree.
Yeah.
So mool means roots.
Yeah.
And mool trikona means the planet is, or the planet has a similar nature of the sign, or planet can be identified with the sign.
Yeah.
So that's how mool, or that's what Mool Trikon sign is.
Yeah.
So Aries is the Mool Trikon sign of Mars, who's the commander-in-chief. A fiery, aggressive fighter planet, yeah, who's very fast and very active. Saturn, on the other hand, Mars is young, ready to fight, very, very active, speedy, swift, thrifty. Saturn, on the other hand, is an old person kind of a planet.
Yeah.
He is old, he's slow. Yeah, he limps. He cannot walk fast. He cannot run. Yeah, he cannot do things in a faster manner.
Right.
What Saturn has a lot of time. It says that slow and steady wins the race. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but Mars is like high energy. Yeah. Impactful initiation, like you start anything with high energy. And Saturn and Mars, they are kind of they have complementing nature to each other, although, because you want energy of Mars to do something and patience and perseverance of Saturn to keep doing it.
Yeah.
See, with Mars kind of a quality, you can do a short-term goal.
Yeah.
But to be really, really successful at something, you have to stick to it. You have to keep working on it. Even if you're a sports person, people who get Olympic medals, they work hard, all right, but they have to keep working hard. Right? It is not that they work hard for a month and then they sleep. It cannot be like that. They have to really do that practice, or those sacrifices. It is for a very long period of time. And then they achieve something of that kind. Although when you talk of sports, this was only an example, but when you talk of sports, you take Mars as the prime planet for sports, but the preparation behind it brings Saturn with it. Yeah, because Mars is impulsive. Mars can be of fluctuating nature also. Mars can bring anxiety also. Yeah, so people do something and leave. Yeah. So, when they start something, they put in a lot of efforts and then they kind of lose interest. Now they do something else, then they put in a lot of efforts, and then they do it with very high intensity, and then their interest falls and they leave it. To be able to stick at something, to be able to persevere, is the quality of Saturn. But Saturn cannot be fast. Saturn cannot be as active. Saturn cannot fight, and Saturn is not of a warrior kind.
Yeah.
Saturn is the labor kind, who can work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Libra. Now, if we talk about their physical characteristics, they're tall, slender, they have well proportioned body, they have strong limbs, they're graceful, attractive, they have fine skin, they have beautiful gleaming eyes, they have sweet smile. Basically, it is ruled by Venus. It is also the planet of beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the Mool Trikon sign of Venus we are talking about.
Yeah.
The sign of relationships, and you have qualities of Venus in this sign. It is a very refined sign. Mental tendencies of these people are they are usually level-headed. They are intelligent, or you can say they are brilliant.
Yeah.
Refined. They are pleasant. They have pleasant personalities, pleasant nature. They are fond of wearing fine clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfumes. They wear good perfumes. They're fond of music. They are artistic. They are you say that they are just, Just, just.
Right.
They are sensitive, and they have humanity in them, and they are orderly. They want to leave a mark. Yeah, they're kind of ambitious also in that ways, that they want to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
Kind. Yeah. So they enjoy good health. Health wise, they're all right. Although if afflicted, it can give problems of reproductive organs, appendix, kidney related problems, only if it is afflicted. Skin infections, and even digestive problems if it is afflicted. That is Libra. We can do one more sign, right?
Right. Yes. If you're
not tired.
I'm not tired.